Pow!
Hi, that's my name.
It has been too long since Pow last played Ace Attorney.
Yeah, it's been so long.
Pow, so for those of you who don't know, for you guys it's been like, I don't know, a few months since the last one. For me and Pow, it's been over a year. Over a year ago, Pow visited and we played the first two games back to back in like 2 weeks. And we just barely had enough time for that. We certainly couldn't get to the third game. Now, we're back.
Yeah.
We're back and we're ready to play
I'm gonna play the third game. That's awesome.
Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. So a few changes. So a few changes. We are in 4K now. We've been playing in 4K, but we weren't recording in 4K for some reason. Now we're in 4K. So that's cool.
Wow.
Next, audio setup is way better, baby. I kind of rushed the audio setup last time because we were on such a limited time. But now, and I just did my best to fix it in post, but now we actually have a decent audio setup.
Yay.
And it's pretty great. We kind of rented out this Airbnb for us, just for us to do this. So you could say this is the most expensive video I've ever made on my channel.
That is very true.
Something went wrong. It's me. Hi, I'm in the future. And before you click away, before you get all panicky, like, oh no, something went wrong, what's it this time? Don't worry. I believe I have fixed it to the best of my ability. And when I showed that to other people, they all said that it was basically perfect, and that I'm incredibly awesome and insanely good looking. Don't know why they threw in those last few things, but won't complain. While we were recording, the software we used to record the footage, OBS, was set to this video encoding option, when it should have been set to this video encoding option. Now, don't worry, if you don't know what that means, neither did I. That's why I made that mistake in the first place. But basically what that means is that throughout the vast majority of Trials and Tribulations, the video looked like this. And you might be thinking, oh, that's a perfectly fine screenshot of the video. That's not a screenshot. That is the actual video footage we got, playing at full speed, and it's just a single image. Awesome! So basically what that meant is I had to go back and re-record the footage for the entire game, up until I realized that issue and fixed it during recording, which unfortunately didn't happen until about a third of the way through episode 5, the final episode of the game. So until that point, everything you're going to be seeing is re-recorded and then edited to look like it matches up. Which, again, I've been told I did a really good job at making sure it matches up, but that also cost me like another 60 hours of editing and re-recording, so I'm mentioning it. If that doesn't come as a surprise to you, like maybe you saw this coming, or maybe you were able to predict something weird went wrong with the video, maybe here's something that will surprise you. This microphone isn't even plugged in. The actual microphone I'm using to record this audio is right off camera. Surprise! Bet you didn't see that coming, did you? No, you didn't. Don't lie. I'm mentioning this just in case you happen to notice any like minor inconsistencies whenever it comes to like the text flips, you know, the minor inconsistencies, blinking animations getting interrupted, stuff like that. Another issue I had was that when you present the wrong piece of evidence in court, you oftentimes just get generic "you got it wrong" dialogue. And if I'm not able to tell from what we were saying, what Pow accidentally presented, I'm just gonna display the badge. I'm just gonna say in the video, that was the badge she tried presenting. It's not always gonna make sense. Like, it's a lot of the time it's gonna be like, why would you present the badge there? But that's why. She wasn't actually presenting the badge most of the time. It's all very little stuff, and most of the time, that stuff isn't even there. I think I did a pretty good job with editing the video so it looks completely normal. So you probably won't even notice anything's wrong most of the time. Okay, cool, thanks. So a few things before we get in, pal. I want you to know two things.
Oh boy.
The first thing is a great thing, actually. This game features my favorite prosecutor across the entire Ace Attorney series.
Oh, yeah, you've teased this prosecutor a lot, actually.
I love the prosecutor in this game, which you'll see very shortly, actually.
Oh.
And then the second thing, which is far worse.
Oh no.
It's actually not that bad, don't worry. You remember how in Farewell My Turnabout, Phoenix was fighting to get Engard, someone who did do it, a not guilty verdict?
Right, that was horrible.
Yeah, it was horrible. But luckily, in the end, we got a guilty verdict anyways, everything was resolved. In this game, this is a fact, I'm not going to tell you when, Phoenix will get a not guilty verdict for someone who did do it.
Oh. Oh no.
That's gonna happen. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
You know, something I was noticing for a bit now is that, like, if Justice for All was, like, horrible.
Oh, yeah.
not in the sense that, like, in the emotional sense.
Uh-huh.
This game is literally called Trials and Tribulations.
Yeah. There will be trials. There will be tribulations.
Yeah.
How?
Honey.
Are you ready
No.
to play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations?
Well, no.
Then let's begin.
Yay.
Turnabout Memories.
Mia, you are dead.
She is dead. She's like a random victim in one of the first episodes. I don't know why she's so, like, important.
I think she missed the memo.
Yeah, I think she missed the memo.
Yeah.
Alright, let's begin.
Alright.
Here we
Tell
go.
me about memories. So is this like a flashback episode?
I didn't say that.
No. Well, maybe some memories. So it's memories. So I'm so smart. Rain.
Ah! How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that?
Hey, Phoenix. Hi, Edgeworth.
That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news.
Hey, Edgeworth.
You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that.
Oh, wait, what? Okay, so that's a random character. And it's Phoenix.
It wasn't me. I didn't.
Huh.
I didn't do it.
Oh. That's very strange.
I think he did it. 5 years earlier, Mia Fey, second trial.
Oh, the replay is Mia?
April 11th, 9:40 a.m. Whew.
Oh.
Phew, it's finally time. I'm kind of nervous.
Oh, this is very different. Oh, some new music.
Yeah, new music, new everything.
Oh wow, we're being introduced to like every single character ever.
Yeah? Oh, Mr. Grossberg, good morning.
Oh hey, look how you changed your favorite color from orange to red.
Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed.
Oh, so is this like a...
Let go of my labels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer.
Oh, this is kind of like a parallel to Phoenix.
This is a flashback episode from 5 years ago. I am...
Wow,
I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today.
Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service.
Oh. So who's the lawyer here?
Who do you think? Actually, this is my second time in court.
Still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too.
I just found out yesterday. About the case, I mean.
What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts?
Well, about that. You see, of course I have. I think...
Oh, dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client.
Oh.
Good morning there, everybody.
Hi, Phoenix. It's very weird seeing you in this attire.
Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, it'll be fine, no problem. Achoo!
Well, we get more Phoenix backstory.
Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Rye? Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers? People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask's for. My doc says this way, I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. We really need to learn that lesson in modern day Phoenix. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please let go of my shirt. That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom.
Oh, no.
It's been 1 year since then, and, well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win.
Well, okay, like...
For my
yeah,
client,
content.
and for myself. So what do you think of this younger Phoenix?
He looks very silly.
He does. He's very
He's
silly.
silly.
He's silly.
Oh my God,
Here he
he's not
is, my
Hulk.
favorite prosecutor, baby!
Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright.
Oh, Winston Payne.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Winston Payne also changed his favorite color.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
There he is, yeah! Winston Payne!
The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem?
I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense.
Yes. Well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency.
Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you?
Yes, well...
You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this?
Rookie rhymes with cookie.
God, don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think.
Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer.
His hair is so lovely. He's like
He had so much hair when he was
close up
younger.
now. Alright, he has more hair.
He didn't have hair. It just went up to like the top of his forehead before. Now it's like extending all the way out and doing that.
Oh wow. I would also be doing that.
Yeah, if I had hair like that, I'd be doing that too.
Don't worry, little girl. It will all be over soon.
Oh no.
What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me?
Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow.
But Phoenix went to university.
You'll get more details about that in a bit.
He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology.
It's kind of funny because obviously Phoenix should have had gone to go to university, but it doesn't feel like it really went.
No. No, it sometimes doesn't.
It sounds like he was a very bright young man.
Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body and the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police.
Oh no. I already see a little, like, few things that might be a clue.
Ooh.
And they already critical. I mean, could I really
No.
start clicking on things?
Not yet.
That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed.
Oh.
Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence.
Crime photo 1 added to the court record. The crime took place
Oh,
behind
there.
the IDU building.
By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo.
Yeah.
Hee hee hee. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death.
An unusual death.
What do you mean, Mr. Payne?
Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question.
Huh?
A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I am a genteel man, if you will.
A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of.
A perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. Please say you know at least this much.
I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file.
Wow, I got the tutorial.
My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up.
Oh, God. You know what hemorrhoids are? It's when the inside of your asshole gets inflamed.
That's horrible.
He's gonna mention his hemorrhoids a lot during this episode.
Oh.
Now, see here.
Horrible.
The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you?
Do I read that?
Yeah.
Okay, Marvin Joyceberg is apparently head of really bad law officer. Phoenix Wright, age 21.
My client, a third-year art student at Ivy University.
Art student.
Yeah, he's an art student.
Oh, wow.
He's not a very good one, clearly.
No, he's just like me for real.
You should become a lawyer.
No. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, from what you know about this game.
Yeah.
The victim, he was a fourth-year pharmacology student at Ivy University, Doug Swallow. Dahlia Hawthorne, Phoenix Wright's girlfriend, dated the victim, Doug Swallow, up until 8 months ago. That's right. This episode establishes Phoenix Wright as bisexual
Oh, wow.
instead of gay. It's a weird retcon, honestly.
Yeah.
But, alright.
What could have happened here?
Maybe he's skydiving.
Okay, so at the start, the guy had an umbrella, and he was like telling Phoenix to stop dating the girl.
Alright, but that... Mia does not know that yet. Doug's autopsy report. Date and time of death, 4/9, April 9th. At 3 p.m. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock.
Oh.
Fatal electric shock. Ah, the court record. I think I can see that by pressing the ZR button on my Nintendo Switch Pro controller. That's right, guys. We've gone from the Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch Online controller
Wow.
to the regular Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Mainly because I couldn't remember how I set up that other controller. So we're using just a regular Pro controller.
I went up a few generations since then.
Quite a few.
All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear.
Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. Court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just pressed the ZR button on my Nintendo Switch Pro controller here.
Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death?
Asphyxiation, electrocution, or hypothermia.
Yeah, like you run out of air.
Suffocate, yeah. Hypothermia is when it's too cold, and electrocution is when you get...
Suffocation.
According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution.
Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
The answer to that will soon become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue.
What's that?
Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Bad blood?
What do you mean?
Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
I really don't like this guy's smug attitude.
That's Winston Payne for you. He is one smooth operator, if you catch my drift.
Oh yeah, we've always seen him to be smooth.
They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know.
Really? How much do they pay him to call the rookie killer?
Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant?
Yeah, I already know.
And this time I would like to see some supporting evidence.
Evidence? In court?
No need to get worked up about this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record.
Yeah, I know.
Find the evidence you need and then shove it into old Greybeard's face.
I know what this evidence is.
Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face.
Mr. Grossberg, try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence is the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are there as well.
I know.
You can toggle between profiles and evidence with the ZR button on your Nintendo Switch Pro controller.
Be sure
to cover for it all. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of death between the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim?
I know, it was a woman. It was a woman.
Winston Payne. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here.
That's what I said.
Dahlia Hawthorne, is it?
Very good, Miss Fay. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story.
He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants.
Dang, Payne was actually like a really good prosecutor back in the day, apparently. I did not read that.
Oh, sorry.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Well, I guess he lost his hair, and he also lost a few other things in the process.
He lost his hair, he lost his skill.
Yeah, and he lost his smile.
What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Fay.
It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection.
Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand.
Hey, Phoenix.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect.
No, he means what you did. What did you do before you were arrested? Oh, achoo, achoo, achoo!
I was a university student.
Oh.
Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug Swallow.
But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you I was... Achoo!
Achoo! Achoo! Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his call to the rest of us?
It seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Right away, Your Honor. The victim and I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe.
British.
I see. So you hardly knew the victim.
Right. Like I said, I'm not a killer. Whew, it looks like the judge understands.
You're being naive, you know. Too naive.
Huh?
He. It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady.
And that would be?
This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination.
And it seems you've forgotten one small thing, Payne. It's called, the Fifth Amendment. Cross-examination.
He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if the witness's testimony contains any contradictions.
Contradictions?
If a witness is lying, the statements will conflict with the court record.
But Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if he is your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see.
What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now? That there was a lie? A contradiction?
Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Fay.
Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you?
Yay! Oh, is there going to be a new music? Yeah, there's a new music.
Yeah, there's new cross-examination music. It's... You're just as jumpy as ever, pal. I admit I was there, but I'm... Oh my god, again? By the same...
It's not my fault. It's Phoenix's fault.
I hardly knew the guy to begin with. So, you didn't know his face, or even his name, right? Right! Well, no. That is... I mean... So, which is it? Did you know him or not?
Achoo! 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 Now, see here. You can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day.
Well, I guess I did know his name. News to me. Why didn't he tell me that before? I heard he used to date Dolly.
Who is this Dolly person?
Ah, yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet.
But that's all I knew about him. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Achoo! Well, Mr. Wright... no, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear.
Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe?
Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene.
What is a jack?
They're gonna explain it in a sec. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night.
May I ask you something, Miss Fay?
Yes, Your Honor? What is it now?
Who is this person, anyway? This Union Jack fellow?
The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag.
Oh, I didn't know that. Why do they nickname a flag? That's so weird.
That's actually pretty common.
Oh, I see. So you mean like the stars and stripes, right?
Ah, you see.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Or the rising sun for Japan.
Ah, the Mexico flag doesn't have a nickname.
Maybe there's a secret nickname that you don't know about.
Yeah, maybe.
As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me.
Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now?
Mia, there is a contradiction here.
Mr. Grossberg.
Quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean.
Okay, Mia. Check the court record carefully.
Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point?
You can handle it yourself.
Yeah, I can handle it myself.
1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself.
You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia.
I'll be fine. I know what I have to do.
Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof.
Okay, Mia. One more time from the very beginning of his testimony. Alright. How? I get scared because you jump.
I'm sorry.
And then we both end up jumping.
I'm sorry. I'm guessing that like the contradiction might be that like it says always looking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of the shirt, but in the photo there is no flag. I think that's my interpretation.
Maybe.
Oh no, are we doing this again?
Oh yeah.
No.
Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back.
Miss Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning?
Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute! He's wearing a leather jacket! The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me!
Mia, you've made our client cry!
Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong.
What do you mean that it doesn't stand for Phoenix?
It stands for pussy.
Oh. I thought it was going to be like, oh, it doesn't stand for Phoenix.
Phony.
That's for phony.
Yeah, phony, pussy, one of those.
Hey. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination.
But you just made everything easier for me. Ha ha ha.
You just made everything easier for me. Ha ha ha. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime.
Uh-oh. Did I go too far?
By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it?
You know how the music stops whenever you get something right? The music stopped because Payne got something right.
Oh.
I was, but...
Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X?
Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? How are you a fan of medicine? Oh, I love NyQuil.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, I'm a huge fan of Advil. I buy all their products.
Yeah. What's your favorite
I've
brand
got all their t-shirts of Advil.
Yeah, what's your favorite brand of ibuprofen?
Hey. Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now?
Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere.
Oh no.
He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case?
Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now?
Huh?
Your Honor, I'd like you to take another look at another photo from the scene of the crime.
What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X!
What do you call it? That's such a menacing name for a medicine.
It kind of is, yeah.
Objection!
Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to, especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it.
What?
Sounds like a very potent painkiller that kills you if you take too.
Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only to have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Order in the court!
Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence.
Very well. The court will accept them into the record.
Crime photo 2 out of the court record. Cold Killer X out of the court record. Found clutched in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints.
Of all the things that Payne has said, I think that's like the dumbest.
Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken.
Broken?
Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this?
This is really bad.
Oh, my buttocks! My poor hemorrhoids!
Oh no.
Oh god. What really happened? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then around 3 o'clock we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident.
Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. Achoo! Achoo! Achoo!
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth.
You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible.
Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination.
Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Okay, I went because he called me.
But the cold killer, because the watch, I don't know if at some point that's gonna be relevant. I'm guessing.
Then what time is it?
I guess it's upside down. So it says X11. X is
12. X is 10. 1 is 2.
X is 5, no? 6, 7.
V is 5.
Alright. That's like 12.
No, that's the minute hand. That's not the hour hand.
Oh,
The hour hand is a shorter one. You know this? Do you know how to read a clock?
I don't. Right
That's
now.
3. This is 00. This is about 05.
How did you know this?
Because I learned it in school.
Well, I never did good in school.
So it's about 3:05 on the watch.
Okay, 305.
The victim's watch stopped at the time of death. So what was it you were talking about? You know, that maybe we should hang out again sometime. Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. So you say you went back? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Achoo! Achoo! Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this.
Yeah, I also sneeze when I lie.
Well, you didn't sneeze right there, so you were telling the truth.
Thank you.
That's not a good sneeze. Give me a good sneeze.
I don't know.
Okay, never mind, never mind. Never mind. Give me a good Phoenix sneeze, like I'm doing.
Achoo, achoo, achoo.
Alright, that's pretty good. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated that you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there right on time.
You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct?
Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU.
An alchemist? I see.
I gotta admit, I was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run at high voltage electricity.
Ho ho! How fascinating! He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man.
What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details.
Oh, is the pharmacology department that important? Telling that I mean.
So you were absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway.
Witness, let's go on with your testimony.
Oh, was it the other thing?
Yeah, that was the other thing. This is not the same statement. So what was it you were talking about? You know... that maybe we should make out. Really? Alright. Beep 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 beep. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure do look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building.
Ooh.
The high voltage cables run overhead and around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere.
Wow. But I found out something.
You did. That is very important.
To electricity.
Mm-hmm. You're a genius.
No!
Well, Mia,
I don't know. I can't seem to find any contradictions.
the boy isn't exactly what I call a natural-born liar, you know. But still, we can't have him continue to spout nonsense.
I know, but what can I do?
Well, I'm certain he must still be hiding something. Information! Right now, it's information we need more than anything else.
Better get ready, by the way. I'm gonna give you more voices this game.
Oh.
Yeah. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of the year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly. Just the two of us. It's gonna get us copyrighted.
No.
Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious.
Ouch! Why did you punch me in the jaw?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden.
Oh, wow.
I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason.
I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either.
Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted.
What do you mean?
Hee. I knew it was too much work for a little girl.
However, there is one mystery that still remains.
There is, Your Honor.
How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is, You are correct, Your Honor.
So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done,
I know.
maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose.
I know.
Your Honor,
Yes, Miss Fay?
I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive.
Hee. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence.
Of course I knew that.
I look for your record.
Actually, I had totally forgotten about that. You're in a court of law!
Now then, Miss Fay, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
With a wire.
As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well.
Oh, what? But there is nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here.
One time, like so many years ago, I was walking and one of those cables fell on me.
Oh my god.
It was really funny. Well, no, it wasn't. I was very scared.
Yeah, I'd imagine. No, that's true. You're invincible. You have plot armor.
Chill.
You're the main character of Pal Plays Ace Attorney.
I am.
Yeah, you're Pal.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye? Where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon?
It's actually kind of obvious, like...
Extremely. Well, naturally, it's right here.
That's... what is that?
A severed electrical cable, I believe. Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So then, the high voltage cable...
Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order.
Don't toy with me, old man.
Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high-voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant.
Oh no, what is that?
Achoo!
That much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish Mr. Wright was the murderer.
You do? Well, what is it?
His fingerprints.
Fingerprints? What are those? I'm old and dumb. You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well.
You mean...
Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand.
What?
I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable.
Everything in this case feels like a very big stretch.
Well, it is pain.
I mean, how could Phoenix of all people be like, yeah, there's this guy and there's this like cable like having a little spark, so I'm just going to push him into the little thing and expect to kill him. No, that's not gonna work.
I believe it. I'm on Payne's side right now.
Yeah.
Order! That's enough! I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us! We're done!
Mr. Grossberg.
My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia.
Oh no.
And so is my intestines. God... Fuck! I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt.
Your Honor.
At this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye.
What's
Oh
this
god,
about?
he's serious. No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end.
We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything.
Wait a minute! Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened.
But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further...
I did it. I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead.
What?
That guy, he shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that.
Oh no. Why is Payne,
Because even he's surprised.
What he just said? Was that the truth?
Yes, I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think that I was the murderer for sure.
Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are.
Aww. Aww.
But please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. You really did push the victim.
It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake.
Are you okay? Oh my god.
What the What the heck is this like?
This game came out, I think... Let's see, I think the first game came out in 2006, 2007. I think this came out in 2008. Around that time. Is it that funny, or are you crying?
No. It's funny.
Oh god. When I push the victim. That guy who was doing the Harlem Shake. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper. I did the Harlem Shake. I'm sorry, it's just so... I lost my temper and gave him a shove. My hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake.
No.
Oh god.
I thought it was like the best line in like all video game history.
Yeah, I think my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake is probably the best line in any video game ever.
Yeah.
At that moment, I heard some kind of a loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead.
Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that.
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But... When I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that.
Miss Faye. Let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Here it goes.
Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. He's talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. Okay, he's just dead. Bro died. So what kinds of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl.
That-
Is that all?
Yep.
Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself.
Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I just... Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest.
Damn, Phoenix looks so badass.
Hell yeah. Show that British guy what's for. This is America. And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen. Right. There was nothing like that at all.
But is it possible that you merely overlooked it?
Well, I guess it's possible.
Say that.
What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like cheap asphalt.
I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness.
A loud noise. And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud.
Oh, wow.
It was like, snap! You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was.
Snap. That could have like
Someone
a,
opening a soda?
Yeah, that could have a little different meaning.
Hee. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here.
Like, from past experiences, you never live it alone, so...
That's right, we don't wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important, so try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack.
I want my back to have a sharp crack.
Oh my god, don't say that now. I want my back to have a sharp crack. Aha! Could it have been... Yes, could it have been? Hurry up and tell us. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding.
Umbrella!
He fell right on top of it and it broke.
Ooh, it was like over.
Ooh. That was probably the noise I heard.
So somebody else.
An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim?
Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail, kind of like the owner.
No.
Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone.
Miss Faye. What do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now?
Well,
Of course.
this is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony.
Ha! How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony.
After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella.
Objection!
Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier.
What do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right.
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed up by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
No!
Order! The victim, she moved! Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now?
Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene.
I wanted to present it as evidence immediately.
Umbrella added to the court record. Owned by the victim, found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene.
Oh, I have an umbrella like that, although I never got into use it.
Maybe it'll be involved in a murder case too.
Oh
But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind.
Objection!
According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind.
But...
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the spoiler star remains, I cannot render final judgment.
No!
I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony.
Oh.
Phoenix's testimony added to the court record. The victim fell on top of his umbrella. There was a loud sound when this happened.
Well done, Mia!
He.
Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about?
Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying.
Let me guess. You have another witness.
Exactly, and this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible.
Well, who is this witness?
Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne. You don't mean Dolly?
Trying to see like if the name has another meaning.
Maybe we'll find out later.
I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing.
Oh.
That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
What?
I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear.
Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious.
Oh, this is the part where like Phoenix is like, haha, I knew this would happen. This other person is actually the murderer. But like I'm like, wait, really?
Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Hi, Phoenix.
Miss Faye, I'm so sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts.
But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will.
I'm sorry, Phoenix, but this is a nice attorney game.
Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse.
Oh, that's...
Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway.
What?
Just throwing that in there.
How are you studying art and lawyer at the same
By
time?
the way, look at Phoenix's shirt. He's kind of ripped.
He is, though.
Phoenix, whoa, you were hiding that under your suit this whole time.
It's kind of... But yeah, I still don't get it. How do you study art and lawyer at the same time?
Two very different occupations.
Yeah. I couldn't even...
Well, you know why he's studying lawyer, right?
Right.
His true love of his life.
Well, then why is he studying art?
He's getting sidetracked. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. And that's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this.
So she gave it to you as a present, I see.
This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, all right. It makes me so happy, I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Dahlia's present borrowed from Phoenix Wright, a small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. Anyway, So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was! But how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse? Murder?
What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see.
Wait, was it the date that Mia had the court that traumatized her, or was that another thing?
Ooh, no. Well, 8 months ago, she said a year ago, so it might be two different.
Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say, and I think I understand why you suddenly took on such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I correct?
Newspaper clipping added to the court record. An article from August 28th, almost 8 months ago.
Please. Do I have some context, or are you just gonna take me to...
I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself.
Yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find.
Thank you.
I'm going to do whatever I can to be of help you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We'd better all be moving.
I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. To be continued.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I was like, hey, am I gonna get some context of what happened on August 27? Or are you just gonna skip me to the next part?
A murder happened.
Oh.
April 11th, 12:13 p.m. Wait, it's okay. So jumpy.
Call to now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
Oh, she has her own thing.
What's with the stiff silence?
No, actually, I hear like a very harmonious music.
In my long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
I can't believe he actually said that.
Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
And I will bash them with my gavel.
I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
Not at all.
It was nothing.
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor is all mine.
No, the honor is all mine.
Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. You didn't get that reference?
I like milkshake.
Sir?
Is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever is on your mind.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Yes, yes. I can see why you'd say that.
She's going to be a tough witness, all right.
Wait, so did she just say?
Phoenix didn't do it, yeah.
Maybe the judge was just like, oh yeah, it's decent.
We gotta expose the lies in that. All she said so far is Phoenix didn't do it. I know she's lying. I gotta contradict that. There's a contradiction.
Yeah.
He did do it! Oh wait, shit, I'm too good. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Well, now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
What I witnessed.
It's actually kind of curious to me that she has like her own theme.
Oh yeah.
Is she important?
I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeney and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeney noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Ah, shit! Young lady! As old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth.
That's so weird. Why was Payne like so confident of, oh, I have another witness? The witness is like, oh, actually, they're innocent.
But I would never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. Tee, you haven't changed a bit. Mia Fey.
What?
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Yes, we've met before, once.
In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours.
It's good to see you again, Madame Fey. Madame? No one's grandma's yet, girlie. Your grandma.
I'm not a grandma.
Yeah.
How could I be a grandma?
You're old, your back hurts, you have bad eyesight, your legs are wobbly, your hair's graying.
What do you mean?
Okay, I was joking. I made that last one up.
My hair is fine. My eyesight is fine. Just my glasses are dirty. And
Your eyesight's not fine.
I just
You need glasses. You need really big glasses.
No,
Mhm.
they're just dirty.
And they're red to help you find them more. Because your eyesight's so bad.
No.
Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese and Ryu poetry.
Oh, how wonderful! It's that humorous yet it's a typical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend.
I also think.
See, you are a grandma.
No.
That's supposed to be poetry. Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area.
Yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation?
Well, yes, that's what we do in this universe. Every car just go.
That's very true. So who is this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean?
Oh, no, she's crying.
I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
That's right, Miss Fey.
Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Why am I being demonized here?
Please, go on. What did you see next?
Now you got all wobbly and just collapse. Whoa. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeney never did a thing to Dougie. If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? What do you want to do?
Honestly, I would just be like, oh yeah, let me cut it over with. Yeah, see, he's innocent. You see, everyone thinks it. Not guilty.
Well, what does Mia Fey want to do?
Contradiction.
Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we?
What? I would never. Miss Fey, I will not allow you to badger this witness.
So it's so weird.
I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition.
No, there's no fishing.
That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim.
What?
There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. You didn't see it. Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground.
And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow.
Yes, that's right. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony.
Mr. Judge.
When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. So, to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Do you know how to count to 10? You good?
Yeah, sorry. I was kind of spacing out.
Gotta focus. Phoenix's life is on the line.
Well, not that much. Everyone's just kind of like, yeah, Phoenix has seen this.
I mean, you can get a game over.
Oh.
Timeline change forever.
Also, the butterflies are kind of intriguing.
Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on. Well, if you find the butterflies intriguing, then you're just falling into the same trap that Judge Winston Payne fell into.
No, I meant this, I don't understand how many frames they have.
They only have like a few, but they move around like that. So they just move the sprite. But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just, they all seemed kind of excited about something. Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students.
So did the students call the police?
Yes, I was so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear.
That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's got to be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one.
I guess the contradiction is that you didn't hear anything unusual, which is a lie because you heard the sound. Yeah.
Maybe.
Objection!
Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence.
Well,
In what way? I'm not sure I understand.
Actually, I don't quite get it either.
you use the same line with Phoenix. Well, I guess Phoenix uses the same line with you.
Well, make sure you do before you speak out again.
He's mad at me now, but you can't give up yet, Mia.
Objection!
Does this evidence establish that the defendant is lying?
Don't ask me. You're the one who's supposed to know.
I'm sorry, that was my mistake.
Oops, sorry, this is all still kind of new to me.
Well, I've got something new for you, too. A new penalty. Objection denied.
I'm sorry.
This isn't going as smoothly as I had hoped. Sorry, Your Honor, I presented that on accident. I accidentally shouted objection and held up that piece of evidence. On pure accident. Yes.
Oh, can I read it?
Yep. Murder in the courthouse. Very little information is being disclosed at this time since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim.
Oh, is that all? Yeah, I guess this is specified because I was telling with that.
Objection!
Whoa, music.
You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
Objection!
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap.
Oh. That's more like a snap.
There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer?
But by all means.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is... I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered?
Yeah, very specific.
2013. You know, headphones are pretty new. The rain was just beginning to let up. But it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet.
Does the store bring rain?
Thunder. So the sky continued to flash and rumble.
Ah.
Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out.
I'm afraid of all sound, so I'll put my headphones on.
He. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all.
Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case.
There is lightning. McQueen.
Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony.
What do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was a lightning, correct?
Yes, what about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right?
Now is not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay.
Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning?
Oh! I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me.
It's so silly because from the start I was like, maybe it died because of nature. And now it's all coming back to nature.
Yeah, you might be right. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt.
It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you don't...
He. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay.
Huh?
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location.
What?
What's more, We have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence?
This is this affidavit.
And who is this affidavit from?
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
What is it, a blackout?
All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying the equipment lost power because...
Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break.
Sounds like a massive safety hazard. You should sue the school. Student's testimony out of the court record. The old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on April 9th at 2:55 p.m. I'm not good at the numbers of months.
How are you good with reading clocks and Roman numerals, but you don't know how to read 49?
Look, what's 5? I don't know. Fucking February. I don't know. You can't expect me to know this stuff. I can count. I literally have to go January, February, March, April, May. It's May. Like, that's how I know.
Well, yeah, me too, but 9 is, it's because it's weird. Because always, my mind always resorts to having the date first, but then
like a British person.
But then I have to read it out loud.
All right, mate. I hear you loud and clear.
I have to read it out loud because you don't say
okay, mate,
July
British.
9. You say 4th of July.
All righty.
Whatever.
Yeah, the 4th. The 4th September. Yeah, there's 4 Septembers now. The 4th September.
Yeah,
Not 4th of September. 4th September.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's weird in British.
Well, I don't do it anymore.
Good, thank God. You recovered from your British.
Yeah.
However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable?
Your Honor, I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
The umbrella.
Maybe. This is it! This is why the cable snapped.
Well, Your Honor.
I believe that the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense.
Oh. Oh.
Ah, that was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor.
Yes. Ouch, that was harsh. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance.
Oh, I didn't lose any points.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
My badge.
I didn't lose any points.
Yeah. My badge, Your Honor. This is it. This is why the cable snapped.
I was there.
This is getting even more and more embarrassing as time goes on.
Perhaps that badge caused your mind to snap.
Okay, Your Honor, it was funny the first time, but you're kind of milking it now.
Pain. Pain was it.
You're gonna reveal Payne's the true killer.
It was Phoenix.
Maybe.
No, but then
You don't lose any
like
points for it.
guilty for sure.
You don't lose points for it.
I guess you're right.
Your Honor,
Oh.
please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defendant's testimony?
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that?
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right into Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage.
Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted.
I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
What's that supposed to mean?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted.
Yes. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here.
Ah!
In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim.
Order! Order in the court!
Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them.
It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have done it.
Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something?
I hate you.
The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge.
Of course it's all right. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. What I witnessed part 2.
True colors? She could like turn green.
You know in the editing I'm gonna make her turn green as you say that.
Oh no.
The truth is, Feeny pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke.
Well, it's just a completely contradiction of the first statement.
Then Ducky tried his best to run away from him. But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind.
Hey, the first thing he said is, oh, he's innocent, and then he didn't do anything. He just fell on his own.
The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time.
I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
By the way, since we are playing on Steam now, you can get achievements. Like, achievements that pop up in the bottom right. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony, you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeny. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge?
Yes?
Would you please forgive little old me? Of course you won't. What you did is called perjury.
Oh, come now. It was just a little old white lie.
Oh.
We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, all right?
Anyway, how does the judge have his job? So, like,
I have
he
no
has
idea.
years and years of doing things
No
like
one
this.
knows how. He still has this job.
It's just a little silly.
Thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all. Ho, ho, ho.
The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. Ah, no achievement. Never mind. Oh, because I'm not connected to the internet. Boo. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole? I know he doesn't look it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he could cause such an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched the scene unfold.
What? Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness.
I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
Cheer them on? What do you mean by that?
Well, I wished the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all.
What? Okay, you clearly have like really weird morals.
That's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
No, that's no.
And what happened after that?
That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket?
No, there weren't.
Madame Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he?
Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted?
I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
That's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia. Alright, you are ready to present on a statement.
No. I know.
You do?
It said that everything occurred in less than a minute, but it actually, but actually there was like 5 minutes between like the
2:55.
and when
The clock? The wristwatch?
But now I don't know which one of the two both I should do.
I will give you a hint. They both do the same thing.
Oh.
So they're either both wrong or both right.
Okay. Represent this one.
Objection!
Yay!
That's enough, witness.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture?
Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold.
It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Oh, that's a whole 10 minutes.
Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye?
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Yeah!
Would you care to explain this to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? What exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow.
Oh, order in the court. What is all this about?
This is nonsense. The real murderer?
Objection!
Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer.
Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer?
It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready.
Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye.
I think there's only one
Now
answer.
then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is this real killer?
There's only one answer.
Winston Payne.
Yeah.
His hemorrhoids acted up, and in the fit of... whatever. It could have only been you, Dahlia Hawthorne.
How can you? The defense is grasping at straws!
10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution.
I wonder if anyone has actually like grasped for straws. Like, I really need to grasp for straws and really.
God.
Like, how did that expression even come to be? Like, it's so easy to grab a straw. Just.
Alright, what exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you.
Order! Order! Miss Fay! What? I mean, why? That is to say...
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. Ah!
Wow, what an animation.
How can you say something so mean, Madame Fay? I didn't do anything.
Miss Fay, this is a very serious charge you are...
Who is that with? Phoenix.
Your Honor! Please, I have something I want to say. Achoo!
You? Oh, what is it?
Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Fay. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Mr. Wright, get back on your seat! Bailiff, grab that man!
Ah! Achoo! Achoo! Leave my Dolly alone! Achoo!
That boy.
that boy.
Sorry, my hemorrhoids. My hemorrhoids make my voice a bit different.
Yeah.
He's gotten himself in way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back.
It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in a newspaper clipping.
Police report added to the court record. A report of...
Oh, sorry.
Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
You'd better take a good look at it.
On that incident 8 months ago. Location, District Courthouse Cafeteria. Date and time, August 27th at 4 p.m. Victim, Diego Armando, age 28, occupation lawyer. Suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup.
It, details how you came to lose your boyfriend.
That's right. She's bi too.
Oh.
Lana Skye made us think Mia was gay, but actually, she's bisexual.
Oh.
Incredible.
Wow. This is a bisexual episode.
This is... everyone's bisexual. The judge, too.
Wow.
The judge was so gay for Damon Gant.
Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, I...
May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. That is, go right ahead.
Madame Fay, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear.
I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, The defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony? What about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
Objection!
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason.
Very well then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. How I met my Feeny. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day.
Wow, nobody choose your clothes in this game.
No. Well, except Phoenix. He had that shirt in the flashback, he has that new hoodie.
I also like to change my clothes.
That's true, me neither.
Well,
We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think.
Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court.
And now we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her!
well.
Here we go. 8 months ago.
No, you didn't.
So until that time, you have been dating Doug Swallow. Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. My emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself.
No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind.
You are.
My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Ho, ho, ho!
I wonder what.
Maybe you should look for a different line of work.
Thank
God, Mia. Someone needs to tell that to his face.
Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict.
That is simply not true.
Yeah.
That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini.
We will find out that is not true later on in this game, when Phoenix gets a not guilty for someone who truly did it.
Oh no. You keep spoiling that part. I'm guessing it's not as relevant.
The courthouse reading room. That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case.
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I'd better tread carefully. Well,
Well, we know it never works out.
right, we never wait and see. Except for that one time. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. You were writing a paper? On what? On the relationship between modern Senryu poetry and the criminal underworld.
Ho, ho, ho! Well, that sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again with the midlife crisis stuff?
Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgot the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully.
Rose would be like, here's your
Dumbass! Even my hemorrhoids are smarter than this. My hemorrhoids sense a contradiction in this statement, Mia.
My hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem shit.
Yeah, okay, so I have
butterflies
proof that she was doing something else that day. She was murdering Mia's boyfriend.
Alright, maybe.
People are Armando.
Don't even try finding the name pun in there.
Armando, that's the name of the Uber driver. Oh, that's a big plot twist. He's still alive.
Yeah, of course he's still alive. He drove our Uber.
Objection!
Yay, I got it right.
Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
Oh, what is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Fay?
8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy?
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report, and that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
What? Hawthorne?
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago.
Order! 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 This is unbelievable! It's true then, the loveliest rose can hide the cruelest thorn.
Miss Fay, that's not fair!
Hawthorne.
There you go.
You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case! I, Winston Payne, will not allow it!
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true about it that 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Express some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I just got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks.
There's literally the one dialogue you have. Always a reference.
Every time he talks, he mentions his goddamn ass.
Yeah.
I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
Yeah, you say that a lot. You literally have 3 lines of dialogue and they all have the same name.
Oh god, Grossberg. The poisoning. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that's lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
I know where she could get a poison like that.
So that's what happened 8 months ago.
However, as you've heard from this witness's testimony, she has nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today, and I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
Aha! Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing.
My back is killing me.
My back is also killing me. This chair is not helping.
Alright,
I know!
where do you think?
Objection!
The witness's testimony just now is clearly contradictory, Your Honor.
It could be.
It has to be, right? I knew it!
However, your evidence doesn't show whatever contradiction that may be. Objection denied. Try to think it over again.
Okay, I'll do the other thing.
Well, there goes a few points with the judge.
Wait, it has to be the other thing.
What other thing?
Objection!
I did it!
You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you.
What?
In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
8 months.
Boyfriend? You mean the victim Doug Swallow?
Yeah, she started dating him like 3 months ago when the murder.
Which means she broke up with Doug 8 months ago.
Ah.
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You! No!
Order! Could it be?
That's nothing but a baseless accusation.
May I say something, Madame Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? You have a big grin on your face, pal. She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small.
Oh, you figured it out. I even figured it out.
Excuse me, madame, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? She's got me good with that.
No.
Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
The police conducted a full body search of...
Sorry.
And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it?
No.
You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was this witness's accomplice.
Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present.
What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye?
The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away.
Yeah, Phoenix, you're kind of dumb.
What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here?
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. No! Ah!
Order in the court!
On behalf of Dolly, I object!
Mr. Wright, control yourself!
I will let you bully her like this.
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her!
Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway?
Yeah.
You're a fucking loser. Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Impossible. You're a dork. No one wants to be with you. Even your ex-boyfriend ran away and stopped talking to you for years.
Yeah,
That's
but-
kind of embarrassing. How did you know about that? I did some digging. This isn't important. Mr. Wright,
Sometime in the future.
please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... she's madly in love with you. Because of that necklace or to keep you quiet. Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. And that's why she... I don't believe you. No! That's a lie! Ah! Eek!
Mia, are you alright? Ah, the defendant, he's getting away! Bailiff, hurry, after him! Mia, are you alright?
Yes, I think so.
That boy, he went completely insane.
Where's Mr. Wright?
It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough.
Thank goodness. Oh no!
Oh, what is it?
The bottle necklace! Miss Hawthorne's present! It's gone!
What? That's terrible!
Check your court record.
What? No.
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me.
Foolish boy! That's the only thing that could have saved him! What in places are we supposed to do now?
This is so dramatic.
Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court.
I'm sorry.
I'm afraid that your apology is not enough.
Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. You didn't even know it's coming yet. It's okay. Just give back the necklace.
Well, what are our options here?
Just press A.
What? Phoenix?
I ate it.
Phoenix, there's like traces of poison there.
He's a dumbass!
Yeah, you're worse than Larry.
Well, now it makes a lot of sense how him and Larry got along as kids.
Yeah. Phoenix. You're Listen, I do all kinds of weird stuff, but I wouldn't do that.
Oh god.
It's like so big. Like, we'll
It
get
was like a
stuck
little-
in the
yeah.
throat. We'll vomit it. We already have like a few basements. 15 minutes. You just get like 5 like little packets of
That's-
mustard.
I don't know about that, pal.
I just did.
You what?
You ate it?
It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah.
Oh, it's
What the-
short and
What?
little bit.
What is he doing now?
Your Honor, we've got to stop the trial! Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it.
Hee.
Yeah, what I'm saying, not only does he have poison, he has like a lot of crystals
Oh yeah,
in there.
he ate glass and
Yeah.
poison.
Yeah, Phoenix, you're going to die.
It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison.
How can you be so sure?
Okay, so, Phoenix, you have to die.
Phoenix, in order for us to win this, you have to die.
Yeah.
Hee. I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive.
Dang it.
As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
So it would seem.
Objection!
No, there must be some mistake. Fucking just lay dead for a bit. Dude, come on.
Why? Why would you do that?
The bottle must have not had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency.
There. It's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do, and it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith into Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events.
But why?
This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand. But in a court of law, evidence is everything.
Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial.
Mr. Wright! I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I've really let you down. Mr. Wright, you did... I mean, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you.
What is it?
That day, the day I met Doug Swallow... That girl, you shouldn't see here anymore. Hey, it's none of your business! I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that!
Yeah. I guess he didn't do anything wrong. Well, he was British.
Yeah, he was very British. Is it true? Did he really say that? More like Australian. He's a British wannabe, you know, he's not really British.
Oh.
That's ridiculous!
That's even worse than being British.
There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him.
Phoenix, you're not supposed to say all of this like in the end.
What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but... I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor, the defendant is...
Miss Fay, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow.
The night before?
Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Fay.
If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this.
Oh.
Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore...
I think we needed to, like, be more in shock about Phoenix eating the bottle, because I
Yeah,
feel
we're
like,
just glossing over that
Yeah.
a bit too well.
Exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
I think...
There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way, and that person was... Mr. Phoenix Wright! Me?
That's preposterous! After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered!
Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact... you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be.
But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love.
Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was... the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about.
But even so, why? Why would she go so far as to murder him?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time.
But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean... that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! Feeny, what a joke you are.
Oh wow, is this the part where she screamed? No, she's not. But she does have a...
Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace.
Oh.
You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne?
It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial.
Fine, I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say.
You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne.
We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Hey, old man, are you senile or something?
Goddamn.
Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge?
Oh damn.
With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind.
But we're not finished!
Fine, then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already.
She teleported.
She told me. I can't let her get away this time.
Stop, Mia! She teleported already. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price?
You would be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No!
She's fat.
You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray?
Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that will establish your guilt once and for all?
If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded.
I think I know. I think I know.
What is it?
Easiest way to kill Phoenix? Well, you replace the medicine that he's always taking because of the cold with the poison. Something like that. I think I'm right.
Maybe. Even so,
I know.
I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof.
Impossible! You can't possibly! Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of this court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one.
If you are unable to establish your guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will be immediately handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor.
I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's paper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar.
She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there.
Yay, I think I figured it out.
Well then, Miss Faye, please present your evidence. Please show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
A large penalty you'll take if you're wrong, though.
I think I pieced it all together very well, actually.
Okay, maybe.
Yay, the music is gone.
Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
I'm so smart.
You are very smart.
Wow, are you proud of me?
I'm very proud of you. That was impressive.
Yay.
Cold Killer X, Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine.
He. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold?
If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony.
But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident.
I actually didn't remember that.
I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us.
I also didn't remember that.
She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine.
I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room, my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poison bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying the bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it, in this case Doug Swallow.
Wow.
Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some? Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us! I dare you to take some of this medicine right now! Mia Fey! Mia Fey!
Oh no.
Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey?
Oh wow.
That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being. Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it.
What?
Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay? Oh? Why, yes?
I'm going to spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best.
What? She teleported again.
Well, it's finally all over.
I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim.
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care. I'm Winston Payne, and I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said.
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said...
There. It's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust this witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life.
So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right?
Well, you see, yes.
And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life?
My hair, it's flying off! My beautiful hair! No!
Oh my gosh, we get some Winston Payne backstory.
Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning.
Don't lie. Just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Faye,
Yes, Your Honor?
was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other?
Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case.
Very well. Mr. Payne,
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing my daughter.
it appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say?
It can't be true. My dear Dolly!
Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright,
Not guilty. Yay!
This court is adjourned.
Let's go.
Yay! April 11th, 3:16 p.m. You did it! You saved Phoenix Wright's life. That would have really messed up the timeline if you didn't.
Mia, you are wonderful in there.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Mr. Grossberg, do you maybe think you could stop talking about them?
That's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Hi, Phoenix.
Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations. Thanks. I was thinking. Go on. The dolly I saw up there on the witness stand. I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something? An imposter! And among us! Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But... out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. Larry. Eek, what kind of company does this guy keep? You don't want to know. Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself.
Oh no.
That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help.
Oh.
And if I hurry, then I should still be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Faye, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court.
Wow.
It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges.
Wow.
I became a lawyer like I planned, and managed to save my friend.
Wow.
But Mia has passed on to a better place. Wow! Yeah, I don't see you celebrating about that one. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. The end.
Yay, we're finished.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa. Who could that be?
Maya.
Maya's down there.
Oh, wait, the urn thing is back for some reason.
Yeah, the sacred urn.
Yeah.
The stolen turnabout is next. So what did you think?
It's very long.
Oh, they get longer from here, pal. Don't worry.
Oh, wow. I really liked it. Like, obviously, if you like compare it to like all the other quote-unquote tutorial episodes, well, it had like a lot of twists and turns that like most tutorial
Edge of your seat kind of stuff.
right. Like most tutorial episodes
Are pretty straightforward, right?
yeah, this one actually had like you. At first, it could be like everything, like it's pretty obvious, and then it, like slowly like takes you to like what the normal episodes are like.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a very good episode. Like for example, obviously, this is not the first episode you play when you play Ace Attorney, but this would be if this was used as like a first episode in the first game, like it would maybe
Yeah.
like grasp you more into like the whole story,
Mhm.
grab you more into the whole
I mean,
story.
they do got to do tutorial episodes every time, you know, in the event that this
Uh-huh.
is someone's first Ace Attorney. So, you know, just so for someone out there, this was.
Right.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Oh, what do you think about Payne?
Well, he lost his hair. I liked a little bit of, he lost his hair.
Did you think that was a good thing or a bad thing?
It was a funny thing.
I've beaten every Ace Attorney game bar one, which is the Great Ace Attorney Resolve. I still have 2 more episodes in that one. But I've beaten all the other 10. I've played 3 episodes in that one. And this game is still my favorite. Out of all Ace Attorney games, Trials and Tribulations is hands down my favorite.
Yeah.
And you know, this is kind of why, because that what you saw there is kind of like what the entire game is like.
I guess if everything is gonna be larger from now on, it was like a very small sneak peek.
Pretty much, yeah. All right.
Uh,